Hello, my name is Vasil Kirov. I'm from Bulgaria. I am professor of sociology and deputy director of the Institute for Philosophy and Sociology at the Bulgarian Academy of Sciences. It's the largest research center in social sciences in the country. So I'll speak about long-life learning in Bulgaria. It's a sector with long-standing traditions, starting from 19th century, when different forms of Sunday, of evening schools were introduced and organized in order to increase the literacy among the population. But what's the situation nowadays? Nowadays, economic concerns dominate the development of lifelong learning in the country. And this is because of the shortages of specific skills and the shortages of human resources in general. And actually there are different policies addressing this, but their effects are still modest during the last years. And we can see that Bulgaria is among the countries with the lowest participation rate in lifelong learning in the EU. Different statistics, but for example, the participation of people between 25 and 64 years was just 2%, largely below the EU average. And the country actually was to address these shortages with different strategies, different documents. And probably they are relevant, but not sufficient. And nowadays there are also a lot of hopes related to the development of the recovery and resilience plan of the country, because there are large financial resources that can be used for training. And actually, I'll say also a few words about the framework of lifelong learning in Bulgaria. And actually, now, in the context of the quick economic development, of growth, all the actors agree that upskilling, reskilling is essential for the adaptation of the country's economy, and it's a key for efficient development. But for the moment, social partners perceive that adult learning at sectoral level is completely insufficient, and there are many barriers. And starting with the fragmentation of the institutional, the policy framework, there are different state administrations and bodies and institutions that are involved with different pieces of the whole puzzle. And actually the effects are still modest, as I said. And what companies do, they cannot, for example, as like in Belgium, like in the Netherlands, count on the sectors, on sectoral social partners. They try to manage the skill gaps by themselves, so they develop their own training centers, etc. And we have in our research developed a couple of policy recommendations. So there is a need of new legislation, of new skills act. There is a need to integrate the whole system in order to avoid this fragmentation. Need a further involvement of all social partners in adult learning through different measures like sectoral funds, like here in Belgium, like sectoral councils. It's something that will be introduced in the practice in the following months. And there is also a need to introduce evaluation measures in order to see which processes, practices are effective or not, because for the moment it's not still in place. To introduce modern techniques, especially for adult education, because there are a lot of people that have good skills to educate pupils, but not to educate adults. And we still need, like other countries like France or elsewhere, anticipation, different forecasts on the skills need, long-term vision, different mechanisms. So there is a lot to do in the Bulgarian case. Thank you very much for your attention.